Hello again, everybody. Welcome to USA Wrestling Weekly. I'm Scott Casper. Here now this week's news and features from USA Wrestling, the national governing body of our sport. Well, one of the most intense wrestling competitions each year is the annual Armed Forces Championships, which pits the four branches of the U.S. military in competition in all Olympic styles. This is a dual meet tournament where the athletes compete with great pride for their service branch. There is considerable military pomp and circumstance at this event, which adds even more importance to the annual tournament. This is an opportunity for athletes from the U.S. Army, the U.S. Marine Corps, the U.S. Navy, and U.S. Air Force to display their skills at a high level. The U.S. Army's Fort Carson in Colorado hosted the tournament at its Special Events Center just this last weekend. This year, the Greco-Roman division of the tournament had added importance as the champions in each weight class earned a spot in the 2012 U.S. Olympic team trials in Iowa City, Iowa. The U.S. Army defended its team title with a dominant performance, winning its three dual meets. They stopped Navy 29-2, Air Force 30-0, and the Marine Corps 21-2. The Army team won all 7 individual gold medals in the tournament, going 21-0 for the day in all matches. Now, 3 U.S. Army stars repeated as Armed Forces Greco-Roman champions. 2002 world champion Jamil Byers captured another Armed Forces title at 264 pounds, defeating Joseph Sheffield of the Marines in the final bout 3-0-2-0. Byers is a leader on the Army team and understands the importance of this event.
This tournament is different than most. It's got a lot of pride on the line, so you can know whatever man can be proud of or a service member is going to fight for it. And so anything can happen here. You know, I walked in this tournament thinking I was about to win it and ran into a bad day, and so anything can happen. So looking forward to Olympic trials rolling around, getting this weight class qualified, and whatever's in the way of that, achieving that goal, I'm ready to run it over.
Well, Byers had already qualified for the U.S. Olympic team trials as a past Olympic team member. The other 6 Army champions have been added to the field in Iowa City. Also repeating as Armed Forces Greco-Roman champion was Peter Hicks at 185 pounds. Hicks won 3 bouts for the title, including a clutch victory over runner-up C.J. Myers of the Marine Corps 1-0-1-0. Justin Millard was the 3rd repeat champion, winning at 211 pounds. He capped a strong performance by stopping talented Moises Hernandez of the Marines 1-0-1-0. Now, fresh off a bronze medal performance in October at the Pan American Games, Glenn Garrison won the gold medal at 145 pounds. Garrison clinched the title with a victory over Daniel Sotianeves of the Marine Corps.
I felt it completed fairly well today. We had to come here and kick some butt because this is our house. So we couldn't let any of these guys take anything from us. We had to put it all on them. The world-class athlete program is the toughest program in the sport of Greco-Roman wrestling, and the Army kicks major butt in that category. So I got a whole team. I got a whole Army behind me. We all represent the soldier. We're all soldiers ourselves, so it's real important to us to set a good example out there.
In his first year with the Army team, Nate Engel won the Armed Forces title at 121 pounds with 3 victories. The deciding win came over runner-up Neil Rodak of the Air Force 3-0-2-0, a veteran star who's returned to competition just this year.
Well, I think I competed all right. Given that I haven't competed since trials, everything's a stepping stone. This is just one more tournament to nationals and to Olympic trials that will get us to the top. And, I felt great. I didn't wrestle as good as I wanted to, but I'm just working on some things. And a win's a win, and to be out here and wrestle for the Army is a great thing, and it's an honor to do it. And I just enjoyed every bit of it today.
One of the most intense bouts in the event came at 132 pounds, where Marco Lara of the Army needed 3 periods to defeat Donovan DePato of the Marines 2-0, 0-1, 3-0. Both wrestlers are nationally ranked in their weight class and are Olympic hopefuls in their division. Lara was ecstatic with his gold medal effort.
I had a great time. This is a wonderful event. I felt really great for this competition. This is one of the best times I've ever felt. I really feel good about my competition. I really feel good about my performance, and I feel honored to compete here with my teammates, represent the Army in the Armed Forces Championship. Well, winning this definitely takes some pressure off for qualifying for the trials, but it changes nothing in terms of preparation and in terms of training. I'm still going to give it everything I got up until the trials because I need to I need this. This is my lifelong dream to make the Olympic team.
Well, the deciding match at 163 pounds was between two young stars who first made their mark on the college level. John Anderson of the Army edged Bryce Sidoris of the Marines in their deciding bout 1-0-3-0. Anderson wrestled at West Point and Sidoris competed for the U.S. Naval Academy. Anderson only recently turned his attention to Greco-Roman.
The camaraderie and just the competition between armed forces is always really high. And this is just a great chance to get out there and build a friendly strife and duke it out and represent all the American soldiers out there that are, grinding out every day, fighting the country's battles and protecting the nation. We get to represent them out here and doing this. So it's a great competition and a great opportunity.
Well, the U.S. Army has dominated this tournament in recent years, winning the Greco-Roman team title for the past 11. Army coach Sean Lewis was pleased with the efforts of his soldiers again this year.
Well, this is the toughest, smallest tournament that you'll ever wrestle in. It doesn't matter if you're 33-0 or 0-33. It's a rivalry, so it's going to be some tough matches. But the guys competed well. I was really proud that we were able to get all 7 because we're coming into this tournament. I didn't have my guys, my Spencer Mangos, Lesters, and some of those because they're already qualified. Jeremiah Davis, they're already qualified for the final Olympic trials. So all the guys that wrestled today, with the exception of Byers, needed to qualify for the Olympic trials. And so, I was really proud and happy for them that they qualified for Olympic trials, and I'm just pleased at this point.
Well, the United States Marine Corps placed second with a 2-1 record on the weekend. The Navy was third with a 1-2 record. The Air Force was fourth, 0-3. 6 of the individual silver medalists were from the U.S. Marine Corps, with the Air Force having the other runner-up. U.S. Marine Corps coach Dan Hicks, who won a number of Armed Forces titles as an athlete himself, understands the fierce rivalry between these military teams.
It's a hard competition, a hard-fought, very intense competition. Hats off to the Army. They wrestle extremely well. They have a strong team. I don't think that's a secret. My guys fought hard. We're going to keep fighting them. The Navy and the Air Force, they fought hard too. This was a very good competition. The wrestlers came out and they all fought hard. We finished second, so we got work to do.
Well, the second day of the event was the men's freestyle competition. Although it's not an Olympic trials qualifier, the athletes wrestle with the same intensity and passion as in the Greco-Roman division. The Army was able to win again, but it was a much closer finish there. In the deciding dual meet, the Army had won its last 3 bouts of their dual meet against the Marines to win 15-12. Talk about close. The Marines won 3 of the first 4 bouts with victories by Ian Moser at 121 pounds, Joel Ahern at 145 pounds, and Bryce Sidoris at 163 pounds. All won individual titles. The only victory in the opening 4 bouts for the Army came at 132 pounds by champion Mark Bradley. The Army swept the last 3 bouts to take the duel, with victories by John Anderson at 185, Justin Millard at 211, and Vermeil Byers at 286. Their wins gave Army bragging rights for yet another year. All 3 were individual double champions, winning gold medals in both the freestyle and Greco-Roman divisions. Well, next week, international wrestling competition shifts into high gear in the U.S. Competition kicks off Thursday the 10th at 6 o'clock as the U.S. men's and women's team take on the Mongolian men's and women's freestyle teams in a special dual meet in Brooklyn, New York. Now at 7:30 p.m. on Friday, November 11th, the U.S. will battle Russia in a men's freestyle dual meet at the world-famous New York Athletic Club in Manhattan. The weekend will feature the annual New York Athletic Club International, also in the city. The Greco-Roman and women's competition starts off at 11 a.m. on Saturday, the 12th of November. The finals are set for 7:30 p.m. on Sunday, November 13th. Now, the men's freestyle tournament starts at 9 a.m. with finals set for 3:30 that same afternoon. Many of the world's best wrestlers will be on display in these events. You can see a live video stream from all 3 competitions in New York on themat.com. Now let's head to the other coast, the West Coast. A Russian junior team will compete in a dual meet in Crescent Valley High School in Corvallis, Oregon, against a strong team of local high school stars. The U.S. team will feature junior national champion Zach Brunson, cadet national champion Ronnie Brester, and many other star athletes. The dual meet is scheduled for Friday, November 11th at 5:30 p.m., and tickets are $5 and $3, and USA Wrestling members can attend the meet at no charge. Another side benefit. I like it. Don't miss this opportunity to see some great youth wrestling. The week after the New York AC International, Freestyle Team USA will be holding a training camp in nearby Hoboken, New Jersey, November 14th through the 19th at the Edge School of Wrestling. 25 top freestyle Olympic hopefuls are scheduled to attend the training camp, as well as members of the Russian and Mongolian national teams. As part of the week of training, Freestyle Team USA will have an open public practice and a special fundraising clinic as well. Tuesday, November 15th, the public practice will be held from 5 to 7:30 p.m. at the Edge facility in Hoboken. Fans are encouraged to see Team USA and their foreign guests in a live training atmosphere. Now, the Edge is located at 417 Newark Street on the second level above the Hoboken Car Wash, with the entrance located on the Newark Street between Grand and Adams. Well, the U.S. World Team Clinic and Fundraiser is set for Saturday, the 19th of November from 2 to 4 at the Edge location in Hoboken. Athletes can learn from some of the best athletes and coaches in the world during the clinic. They'll focus on the neutral position in wrestling. Clinicians will include National Freestyle Coach Zeke Jones, who was a world champion and Olympic silver medalist as an athlete, as well as members of the 2011 U.S. Freestyle World Team, which placed a strong third in the World Championships. The cost of the clinic is only $40. Athletes, you can register in advance or at the door. For more details on this clinic, visit edgehoboken.com.
Each season, Liberty Mutual's Responsible Sports Community Grant Program awards $65,000 to youth sports organizations and school sports programs that demonstrate their commitment to responsibility in youth sports. Your organization could be one of our 20 winners this season. It's easy. Simply visit responsiblesports.com and click on the Community Grant Program. Administrators register their organization with the program, then reach out to rally parents, coaches, and team supporters to log on and review either the Responsible Sports Parenting or Responsible Coaching Guide. Then complete the quiz and showcase your mastery of the concepts. Every successfully passed quiz is worth a point that you can credit to your favorite youth sports organization or school sports program. Connect with friends, family, and neighbors to rally more support. The teams and schools with the most points at the end of the grant period win. It's that simple. Watch the leaderboard throughout the grant season, then rally more of your supporters to increase your totals. Liberty Mutual is committed to celebrating and championing youth sports and to financially supporting organizations that demonstrate their commitment to responsible sports. Join the movement and start earning points toward your community grant.
U.S. big man Les Sigmund of the Nittany Lion Wrestling Club was the big winner at the Hargobind International in Surrey, Canada this last weekend. Each year, both men and women compete in freestyle with a total of $35,000 in prize money on the line. Turning in a strong performance, Les Sigmund walked away with $7,000 in bonus money. He won his first $2,000 by capturing the men's freestyle 264-pound division. He defeated Canada's Pan American Games silver medalist Sonny Dinsa in the finals. That score, 1-0, 7-0. Now, in a special challenge bout between the champions at 211 and 264 pounds, Sigmund beat Canada's top 211-pounder in Hitag Pliev 3-2, 1-0, and claiming an additional $5,000. Now, he was declared the Grand Wrestling Champion for the event and given a giant golden scepter. For his performance, Sigmund was also named the Mat.com Wrestler of the Week. Now, this marks the second time that Sigmund has won the Hargobind International Grand Championship. He performed the feat, winning both his weight class and the challenge match back in 2009. 163-pound men's freestyler Andrew Howe and Ali Bernard at 158 and women's won both gold medals as well. Taking an Olympic redshirt year, Howe won his weight class in a battle of past NCAA Division I champs. Howe, who won his NCAA title for Wisconsin, beat Matt Gentry of Canada in the finals 1-0, 2-0. Gentry was an NCAA champ at Stanford. Howe lost a special bout to Canada's 145-pound champion, Hazelyn Garcia, doing so in 3 periods. Let's take you there. Garcia won the first period from the clinch, 1-0. Howe scored a takedown in the second period to win 1-0, and the third period then went to Garcia on the clinch, 1-0. Now, the rules were changed in these challenge matches with no points scored on push-outs, and clinches are now going the full 30 seconds. 2011 world bronze medalist Ali Bernard defended her her title in the 158-pound division with a 42-second pin over Leah Callahan of Canada, that in the finals. The U.S. had 3 silver medalists in the tournament as well. Sam Hayeswinkle, the 2011 U.S. Open champion, won 2 bouts at 121 pounds. He reached the finals but was then defeated by Vinod Kumar of India 0-1, 0-4. At 185 pounds, it was James Jonas Jonas who won 2 bouts to reach the finals. He was there defeated by Narsingh Nadav of India 0-4, 0-3. Nadav was a 2010 Asian champion and a 2010 Commonwealth Games champion as well. Now in women's, that division there, the 2-time junior world champion Victoria Anthony put on quite a performance, winning her first 3 bouts, including a big semifinals win over 2010 U.S. World Team member Alyssa Lampe. Anthony was beaten in the finals by Canadian star Ashley McKilligan 5-5, 0-1. While the U.S. had 5 bronze medalists, 3 in women's freestyle and 2 in men's freestyle. Winning the bronze at 105 pounds was 2011 World Team member Whitney Condor. She lost her first bout, then battled back in the wrestlebacks to defeat Rathi of India 2-0, 2-0 in the medal round. Now the 2007 U.S. World Team member Lee Janes won the bronze at 121 pounds. Outstanding performance, really. She suffered a first-round loss but fought back hard in the bronze medal bout. She pinned 2-time U.S. World Team member Kelsey Campbell a minute 46. Are you kidding me? What a performance. Another bronze medalist among U.S. women was 130-pound rising star Trinity Plessinger. She stopped Canada's Sydney Morrison to win her medal. In the men's competition, 2009 World Team member Sean Bunch placed 3rd. He lost a semifinal bout to Yogeshwar Dutt of India, a 2-time Olympian who had been 5th at the World Championships. Bunch rallied for 2 more wins of his own, including a bronze medal victory over Canadian Cody Airdrie. Gerard Trice added a bronze medal at 264 pounds after losing to American Les Sigmund in the opening round. Trice won 4 bouts, including a bronze medal victory over Freestyle Team USA member Chad Henke. Well, Team USA will be touring Europe in November for quality competition in preparation for the Olympic year ahead. U.S. Greco-Roman and men's freestyle athletes will see action at a number of international events throughout the month. Oslo, Norway's Kolbotn Junior Cup, an exciting Greco-Roman competition, start things off November 18th and 19th. The U.S. Olympic Education Center at Northern Michigan is sending a full team to this tournament. USOEC athletes will compete in 2 different divisions for 18 years old and under and 23 years old and under. 264-pound rising star Toby Erickson was 5th in the Junior World Championships last year and will compete in the 23 and under division. Parker Betts, who was a junior national Greco-Roman champion in Fargo last summer, will see action as well. Now, the Vanta Cup in Finland will be the next stop on the tour. The Vanta is a senior Greco-Roman tournament set for November 19th and 20th. The U.S. Marine Corps is sending a team that'll join a large group of nationally ranked competitors from other clubs as well. Well, included on the tour are 2011 World Team member Cheney Haight at 185 pounds, 220-pound superstar 2009 World Team member R.C. Johnson, and 2011 U.S. Open champion Ben Provisor will compete at 163 pounds. They're going to be joined by 2011 Sun-Kissed Kids International champion C.P. Schlater, who will take to the mats at 145 pounds. Now, the U.S. Marine Corps team will feature 2011 Armed Forces Greco-Roman runner-up Donovan DePato at 132 pounds, Bryce Sadors, 163 pounds, Moises Hernandez at 211 pounds, and Joseph Sheffield at 286 pounds. Well, a team of top U.S. Greco-Roman athletes will compete in a major dual meet tournament, the Karavayev Cup in Minsk, Belarus, November 26. 2002 world champion Dramil Byers leads the team at 264 pounds, along with 2-time world bronze medalist Justin Lester at 145. 1995 world bronze medalist Justin Ruiz at 211 pounds will join them as well. Also on the team, 2008 Olympian Spencer Mango at 121 pounds. Now, a strong team of U.S. men's freestyle stars are entered in the Henry Delglaine Memorial in Nice, France, November 25th and 26th. There'll be 7 past U.S. World Team members on this squad, led by 2006 world silver medalist Mike Zadek at 132 pounds. Others with World Team experience on the trip include Sean Bunch at 132 pounds, Trent Paulson at 163, Travis at 163 pounds as well. J.D. Bergman, 211 pounds, and Les Sigmund at 264 pounds. A group of U.S. Greco-Roman wrestlers will compete in a second tournament in Finland, the Haavisto Cup in Ilmajoki on November 26. Ben Provisor and C.P. Schlatter headlined that tour, along with top Olympic hopefuls and Pete Goranidis at 211 pounds, and Robbie Smith, 211 pounds as well, and Brandon Roop at 264 pounds. With the U.S. Olympic team trials coming up April 21st and 22nd in Iowa City, the entire wrestling community is rallying to support the event. Among those who are most supportive are past Olympians who know how truly special this event can be. Northern Iowa head coach, NCAA champ and 2008 Olympian Doug Schwab talked with Shane Sparks at a recent USA Wrestling preseason nationals event in Cedar Falls, Iowa. Schwab talked about his goals as a wrestler and growing up in Iowa, and how he followed his dreams to represent the U.S. in the Olympics.
Ever since I was a little kid, I had two older brothers that competed at a high level in college, and I just remember, 84 and 88 watching, and then thinking about being part of that, and then going down to Iowa. And I remember my first year coming in, Tom Brands just won an Olympic gold medal, and you just think about being one of those guys that does that. So it's kind of been a lifelong thing that you've thought about, and you've just a lot of hard work. That's the only way to explain it.
Sparks also caught up with former University of Michigan star Andy Rovat, who was a 2008 Olympic teammate of Schwab's in Beijing, China. Known as the Silent H, Rovat is now a top U.S. freestyle coach. Rovat talks about his being an Olympian.
To be an Olympian, it's just, it was a goal, and I was satisfied with it, and it's something I could look back on when I'm old, and just the whole experience of everything was just unbelievable, and it's it's something that I look back at, and I believe I'm one of the luckiest people alive.
Wrestling fans, USA Wrestling has launched a top social networking site designed for you. USA Wrestling Nation is the latest innovation provided to the wrestling community by our sports national governing body, USA Wrestling. Post photos, blogs, and videos. Interact on boards. Keep up with your favorite wrestling personalities with USA Wrestling Nation. It's free to register. Join the thousands of wrestling fans that have already signed up and become a part of the USA Wrestling Nation at usawrestlingnation.com. Well, during a speaking engagement in Colorado Springs for Peak Vista Community Health, 2000 Olympic champion Rulon Gardner officially announced that he'll move back to the OTC and try out for the 2012 U.S. Olympic team. Gardner was an Olympic bronze medalist in 2004, currently living in Utah. Now 40 years old, Gardner has not competed in a match since he left his ASIC shoes on the center of the mat at the 2004 Athens Olympic Games. That was a significant moment, not just for him, but for most wrestling fans. Most recently, Gardner was a contestant on NBC's The Biggest Loser and has been training ever since with an eye on a return to the sport he loves.
Most people kind of look at me, think I'm a little bit crazy, but for me, competition and wrestling and being part of, the U.S. Olympic team and the U.S. Olympic movement is something that is actually, feels like it's home. And back here in Colorado Springs, this feels, it feels natural. It feels a little bit pressure related, but I'm excited to be back.
Well, the weekend was incredible for wrestling during New England's historical wrestling celebration in Boston, Massachusetts. Organized by Boston University's head coach Carl Adams, who's been with the Terriers now for some 31 years, the event attracted thousands of athletes, parents, and fans to Boston for a full day of activities and competition on November 6th. The day started with a world-class wrestling clinic with 3 hours of top instruction to over 300 athletes and coaches. Featured clinicians included Olympic champion and Iowa State's head coach Kevin Jackson, along with World Team member Joe Heskett, the head coach at Army. Other clinicians included World Team member Travis Paulson and NCAA champion John Reeder. The afternoon featured dual meet action between nationally ranked teams from both Iowa State and Boston University, as well as a motivated and talented young Army team. A record attendance was set for a BU duel that week with 2,000 fans in the Case Gym. It was a great day for the Black Knights of Army, as for the first time in history they defeated Iowa State 23-22 and added a win over Boston University 28-9. Army athletes were in great condition and competed with an ultimate skill, especially from the top position. Army coach Joe Heskett talks about his team.
It's competition. I mean, that's what we do. We come out to win. These young men, this coaching staff, the administration, we're preparing to win. And that's what they displayed today. They executed techniques. The defense was awesome. The conditioning was great. So it's a great building block for the rest of the season and actually the foundation of Army Wrestling's future.
In the last duel of the day, Boston University defeated Iowa State, scoring a clutch win 21-16 with victories in the final two weight classes. BU coach Carl Adams, the host of the weekend, talks about the success and what it means to New England wrestling.
Well, with the win over my alma mater makes it real special. We didn't wrestle well against Army, but I give them a lot of credit. They wrestled a very good match. But our guys showed up against Iowa State. And unfortunately for them, they had a couple situations that cost them the match. But a win is a win. We're excited about it, and it goes in the history books.
Well, that'll do it for the show. We're running a little late. We'll see you next week right here on USA Wrestling Weekly. For all of us, I'm Scott Casper. Good night.